Porta. I met her about a year ago. I had a coaching small business advisory group that Wayne and I did together, and we asked her to help us out, and she was just phenomenal. And so when we started the co-host thing, she was one of the very first people that we called to ask to be on the show. And so I'm very pleased to have Hilary Porta here. Hilary, I must tell you that I brought my Dammit doll. Am I allowed to say that on the air, or did I just get fined $25,000?
Ring the bell. You've got to ring the bell on that one.
I've never used it, but I thought since you're going to be my co-host, I'd bring it in case you upset me or bothered me. There's I love strong women. I love hanging around really intelligent, sharp women. And Hilary will be challenging me for sure for this month. Hilary, thank you so much for taking your time to be here. I really do appreciate it.
No, listen, I'm honored to be here. We always have such good fun. I just love to be able to ring that bell, Joe.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
This is going to be a long month.
It's going to be a good one. You better buckle your seatbelt.
Before we get started, you did something that I adore, and every single successful person, let me rephrase that, modern day successful person does this, and that is you brought one of your children with you, didn't you?
I did. You know what? Today I brought Graham, who is just, he's the apple of my eye, and I'm so grateful that he's, here with me this morning. This is the beginning of spring break, so,
yes.
He got to get up with me, and he gets to see a little bit about what Mom gets to do, on special Fridays.
Yes. Well, I love that. It's one of the things that I enjoy and admire about Donald Trump, and we're not going to get into politics, but he really does allow and inspires children to be around him as he's making decisions and having conversations. And that is this new modern day business. It used to be we were embarrassed to tell people we were working from home, or that our children were going to be coming with us to a meeting. But nowadays, that's very acceptable.
It is. Joe, I think that's one of the main reasons, of course, that I do what I do, is really actually to be able to be present in my children's lives. And so, being an executive coach and a consultant for businesses as well as for personal, it gives me that flexibility and freedom to go volunteer at school, to
right.
help out in the classroom and, to be really active and participate in their lives. So I'm all for that.
Okay, let's dig in.
You got it.
Let's tell people exactly what it is that you do.
Oh, gosh. I get that all the time. And we've talked about that many times. I feel like I wear so many hats, Joe. I am an executive coach, as we say, a master coach. I go in and help businesses really take a look at success and what it means to them, and everything from strat planning to talent management. We do a lot of PR and marketing. We really help them, look for reasons to become sustainable and help them with the sustainability. On a personal level, of course, we do executive coaching. And we do it for any key identified leader in an organization. What we really aim to do is to set them up for success within the organization, to help them be, a real leader. And, we have, we talk about servant leaderhood, leadership a
yes.
lot, and that's really what we believe in. And so we just take a look at their core competencies, and we help them really hone those specific skills, help them get to the next level.
Okay, now you got to be careful, because you can't, with your big head, big brain. Okay,
watch it, Joe.
We're going to have to make sure that we all get this.
Okay.
So, when you say core leaders, is it just the CEO and the president, or can it be the mid-level guy or gal that's really looking for a sort of a secret sauce?
You know what? I love the fact that you call it the secret sauce, because we are actually, that's one of our nicknames. We're the secret weapon. And, it's really anyone. It's not just the C-levels of the organization that we serve. I mean, we actually, we serve housewives. We serve teachers. We serve colleges. We serve small businesses such as yourself. It's really anyone who's looking to get an edge, truly.
So kind of walk me through how you got started in this, because you just can't wake up one day and say, I think I'm going to be a coach to leaders, because these are people you just can't fool, right? I mean, you got to know this stuff.
You do. That's one of the things anymore. I think I was coaching before kind of coaching was sexy. I think we've talked about that to some degree. Now on every corner, everyone's a coach. They can just go ahead and take a certification, take a few courses and boom, hang their, the plaque on the wall and all of a sudden they're this coach. But realistically, it doesn't happen that way. It's a very organic process that you kind of grow into over years. I've got 25 years of consulting and financial institution history, as well as, I've done a lot of nonprofit work and a lot in the education industry as well. So, being that consultant on the ground on a global basis and managing initiatives, worldwide, literally, has really helped you. You have that rigor that's developed over years. And so you've been thrown in so many different situations that you truly, truly have an understanding. I mean, everybody laughs. I'll walk into a meeting, and the only thing I've got is my legal pad, and it's because I've been trained so well for so many years. Right. You inherently know the right questions to ask, what they're looking for in every situation. So it really does come with a lot of time and a lot of training. Like I said, I've got 25 years into this. I mean, again, coaching before coaching was really sexy. And so, been doing this for a really long time.
Well, one of the things I really like about you is, you are this aggravating, big head, smart woman, right? Which frustrates a guy like me. You better get that bell ready. You better ring it. You better ring that bell for me. But you really do bring it to a level that is clearly understandable and is extremely helpful. For example, I had you at my speak at my small business advisory group, and the first question out of your mouth was, "I assume all of you have your value propositions," and they all looked at me, and I thought, "Oh man, gosh, she got me," immediately, because truly they did not think through that in a way that you help them do that. And you changed course immediately and you said, okay, let's back up. Let's make sure we really understand what this value proposition is all about and actually what it should be for. And so for a guy like me that's been self-employed my whole life, I don't get into the technical concept of value proposition. But the minute you started describing it, oh, yeah, that's really important. That's like the foundation of choices and decisions that we make. And so it was this refreshing approach that this guy of hard knocks like me really would never be able to grasp that until somebody like you presented it. I thought it was wonderful.
Well, I will pay you later for that. Thank you. Ring that bell.
Okay, Casey, stop with the bell.
No, keep the bell going.
That's 17 times in 4 minutes.
Well, listen, I do want to say, Joe, that was a huge compliment, and that's one of my biggest goals, truly, is to bring clarity to my clients and help them understand kind of their strengths and their weaknesses. And remember, we talked about SWOT analysis, and one of the things truly that I think that is so valuable, and one of the things that you just brought to light, is that so many times in businesses as well as personal, I mean, a lot of people don't know. We've recently opened a part of the practice that is that helps with divorce, pre and post actually divorce. And obviously, our first thing that we want to do is to try to rescue or save or recalibrate. So we definitely want to do that. And if that's just not possible, if it's really, irreparable, then what we want to do is we want to keep them and their emotions as well as their accumulated wealth intact so that we can mitigate. From squandering not only the money, but the wasted emotions and, months and months and sometimes oftentimes years. And so we apply those same concepts that you just talked about, in business as well as personal. And that's just the thing. So many times that, we keep doing the same thing over and over without questioning why we do it or what we're doing and what our strengths and weaknesses are. And so we can do that in the corporate environment and help others, understand, their inherent value and where they need to go and kind of their purpose. But we also do it from a life architecting standpoint. That's one of our taglines is architecting lives that matters, and that's a really big thing to us.
It is why I just simply adore you, and that is because you get this, right? Which is, in my experience, probably 90%. I'm making that number up just in case you want to look it up. because I know that's what you want to do.
I'm such a geek.
I know.
It.
You're gonna go Google that and see if I'm right. So I'm making it, but I bet you I'm right. 90% of the problems small businesses face are personal. So if
Absolutely.
you don't address this personal issue, you're sort of missing the point that the business is actually driven by the personal choices of the owner, and you get that, and not all coaches actually understand that.
No, they really don't. A lot of the times they just want to actually, jump to what's really kind of on top. Me, I like to shake it up and really get to the root so that we can, truly, truly reconstruct then after we've deconstructed. And so we can reemerge, and do true transformation. I mean, that's really kind of what we're about. So
yeah. And I've seen you do it. I mean, I've seen you do it in a way that is sort of refreshing. It's why you're here. It really is.